All right, what is up, Math Counts? Here we go. We got warm up number 2 from the 2026 problem set. Let's do it. On the island of Bataria, 5 glorps can be traded for 3 plaps, and 2 plaps can be traded for 1 fruip. Brian gives Tina 35 glorps in exchange for 15 plaps. How many fruips would Tina have to give Brian in addition to the plaps to make the trade fair? Okay, so 5 glorps is the same thing as 3 plaps, and 2 plaps should be equal to a fruip. All right, so I've set up these conversions here that we can use. Tina did 35 glorps. Let's find out how many plaps that should have been. So if we've got 35 glorps, let's find out how many that should be. So I can use this conversion here and change this to 3 plaps for 5 glorps. If I am converting this, the glorps are gone, and now my answer should be in terms of plaps. So here, 5 goes into 35. Oops, should have done like this. Goes in there 7 times. So it looks like we should have gotten 21 plaps from this. Right? She did 35 glorps and got 15 flaps. She should have gotten 21 plaps, so we're short 6 plaps. All right, so I want to find out 6 plaps. What is that for fruips? So now I can do a second conversion. 6 plaps. If I use this conversion, I can put 1 fruip on top and 2 plaps on the bottom. The plaps reduce 6 over 2. It looks like our answer is 3. They need 3 fruips, obviously. What is the value of 11 squared minus 1? That's 121 minus 1, so that's 120. Divided by 5 squared minus 1. That's 25 minus 1, which is 24. 12 definitely goes into both of those. That would be 10 over 2. And then that reduces to 5. Final answer. Elliott Middle School has 3 grades, 6th through 8th, with 6 teachers per grade. There are 148, 152, and 168 students in each grade, respectively. What is the ratio of teachers to students in the entire school? All right, teachers, there's 6 per grade with 3 grades. So teachers on top, we've got 18 teachers. Students, 148 and 152, that makes 300. And then 300 plus 168 would be 468. Now we just have to reduce it. So maybe if you're reducing, you go, oh, I think that 2 goes into both of them. And it does. So we get 9 over 234. Now we might think, oh, does that reduce? I don't know. Let's check. If we add up 2 plus 3 plus 4, we get 9. So 9 does go into that number. Now we just have to see how many times 9 goes into 234. So 9 goes into 9 once. 234, 9 goes into 23 twice with 5 left over. And 9 goes into 54 6 times. So it looks like 1 teacher for every 26 students. Next, the letters of the alphabet are equally spaced on the number line from 0 to 3, as shown. I already started writing on this one, sorry. Which letter occurs at 2 on the number line? So there's 26 letters in the alphabet. So from 0 to Z, that's 26. And then we go 1 step more to get to 3. So there are 27 different steps to go from 0 to 3 here. That means each integer is a leap of 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 3. So at 2, that's the letter R. Next one, if 57% of 200 equals 300% of x, what is the value of x? All right, so 57%, that's 57 over 100. So we would do that times 200. And we can easily see here that this reduces to 57 times 2. That is a total of 114. All right, that is supposed to be equal to 300% of x. Okay, so 300% is 300 over 100. X, well, this is just 3. So all I need to do is divide both sides by 3. 1 plus 1 plus 4 is 6. Therefore, 3 has to go into 114. So we just need to see how many times that 3 goes into 114. 3 goes into 11 3 times with 2 left over, and 3 goes into 24 8 times. It looks like our answer should be 38. Next, Todd's trainer. Todd's trainer recommends that he consumes 2,400 calories a day. That's not too bad. And 30% of his calories should be from protein. All right, so if it's 30%, the way I would normally do this is I just do, okay, 10% is 240. So 240 times 3 is that 720. So 720 calories should come from protein. So 1 gram of protein contains 4 calories. How many grams of protein should he consume? So I'm starting with 720 calories. I want to convert that into grams. So grams needs to go on top, and calories needs to go on the bottom. There's 1 gram per 4 calories. The calories would reduce. So it looks like all I have to do is take 720 and divide by 4. And that comes out to 180. So he needs 180 grams, and then he's winning at life. How many positive 4-digit integers, okay, so we have 4 digits, exists such that the product of these digits, so if I multiply these 4 numbers, I get 7 factorial. Let's look at 7 factorial. 7 times 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2. If I break this down further, 6 is just 2 times 3, and 4 is just 2 times 2. So looking at the prime factors of 7 factorial, I would get 7 times 5. There's 2 3s, so 3 to the second. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4 4s. Or there are 4 2s. Dang it. All right. Can you see the problem here? I need to multiply these 4 numbers and get this. If one of the numbers was 7 and one of the numbers was 5, the last 2 digits would have to multiply to get all of this. Well, 9 times 16 is way too big. Let's just say that this number was 9. I still have 2 to the 4th, 16 for my last digit. That's impossible. There's no way that we can get 4 digits to equal this number. Because even in the worst case scenario here, 7, 5, and 9, we're still left with 16 for our last digit. And that's not a single digit, that's 2 digits. So how many ways are there to do it? It's not possible. There's no ways to do it. Next. For this one, we've got 5x plus 9 equals 37. What is the value of 15x plus 16? All right, so I would subtract 9 from both sides. I'd get 5x is equal to 28. And divide by 5, and I get x is 28 fifths. All right, now I just have to plug that in. 15 times 28 fifths plus 16. 5 goes into 15 3 times. 3 times 28 would end up being 84. And then plus 16. 84 plus 16 is 100. Leonard has a spinner with 4 equal parts labeled S, P, I, and N, which he spins 72 times. What is the expected number of spins that land on letter P? So for an expected value, we would find the probability of it happening once, landing on P. That's a 1/4 probability. So if I spin it once, 1/4 of the time, I should expect to see it be a P. If I spin it twice, 1/4 plus 1/4 would be 1/2. So I should get half of P's. I'm going to do it 72 times. So 72 times the probability of getting my outcome that I want, I just multiply here. So 36, 18. I should get P 18 times when I spin it 72 times. All right, we are down to number 50. So on 50, how many rectangles with the integer side lengths can be traced out of a 1/3 grid of unit squares with the sides of the rectangles along the grid lines? Okay, so you just have to remember on this one that squares are rectangles. Squares are a type of rectangle. So if I just have a single square, there's 3 ways to do that. If I have 2 of those squares put together, I could have one rectangle here. I could have a second rectangle over here. So there's 2 ways to do that. And then the last way to do is just keep it like it is and make it one big rectangle. And there's 1 way to do that. So I've got 3 plus 2 plus 1. I've got a total of 6 ways for that. And that, my friends, is warm up 2 from the 2026 problems. All right, keep mathing hard. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.